Hey, Candy from Blessed Life, and I just wanted to say really quick, if you like this video, please like it, thumbs up. Also, hit notifications and follow or subscribe if you want to hear more information and more things about what's going on and be inspired. Um, I've got a lot going on. I did a video about my surgery. I had a surgery a year and a half ago, and it was like a tummy tuck liposuction, and then he took all my stomach muscles and sewed them up, and I was really raw about it, and I have not, had never, the things I said in the video, I haven't, my husband still doesn't know because he hasn't watched the video. So, anyways, it really impacted some people, and I talked to a lot of people about it, and so I wanted to get honest and talk to people today about something that's going on in my life. And that is basically this journey that I've been on since, for my whole life. I was always doing the battle of the Bosch my whole life. And then I had this surgery and I thought that was going to be the key. And then after the surgery, I was like, I'm never eating again. I'm in such pain. I will never gain another pound. And my body was technically transformed. It wasn't where I wanted it to be or where I thought it was going to be after the surgery. I was extremely disappointed in a lot of ways with the surgery. And I learned that if there's only one way to be healthy, and that's to eat right and to move and exercise. And so I started trying, and as always, it was like a situation I just couldn't get my together. My together. Can't say that word. But anyway, so I just couldn't get together enough, and then I just started praying, and I was like, God, please, I don't want to be overweight the rest of my life. We know that you're making this way for us to have girls, the twin girls that you promised us 7 years ago in church. And I'm standing on that promise still. And so I was like, I don't want to be this weight and get pregnant because then, pregnancy puts on 20, 30, 40 pounds sometimes. I don't know. I'm going to be a good girl. I'm not going to eat the sugars and all the bad things during my pregnancy. I'm going to, try and gain baby weight and amniocentetic, whatever the word is, fluid weight, but I don't want to, gain I don't need to gain any fat. And so I was just thinking, I just started praying every day, God, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. I can't do it. In my weakness, you are strong. In my weakness, you are strong. You have to transform me. You have to transform me. And I found this Bible verse, and it actually came to my head. And I had to go look up where it was and read it. And I was like, no, I don't even think that's the one. And I was like going back. I was in Romans for a while looking to make sure. And then I was like, no, this is it. And so I'm going to read it to you. This is what God sent me. And this is the thing. When you're searching and seeking God, He will speak to you, and He speaks to you through His Word. Jesus is His Word. Jesus is speaking to you when you read His Word. And I'm sharing this because it might help other people, and that's what I want to do. I want to help other people that are in my situation, that are those people that you're at a point, nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It doesn't matter. That's where I was. And it was like, and I remember the day that I gave up after the surgery. It was like 8 months after the surgery, and I started gaining a little bit of weight, and I was still walking all the time and not eating all the sugars and cakes and candies and everything else that I wanted to eat every single day. So I just was really, really mad, and I just said, it. I am going to eat what I want. And if I want to walk and exercise, I will, but I'm not going to be forced into it every day because it's not fair. It's just not fair. And so I remember that day, and it took me, that was in February or March, and so we're in October. So it's taken me this long to like get on my knees and pray and talk to God about this. And it does. Sometimes, it takes us a long time. Sometimes we're really stubborn. But God gave me this. It's Romans 12, 1 and 2. And it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not, this is the part that was really in my head, renew and transform, okay? And so that's what really came to my head, by the renewing of your mind. And so 2 is really, really, really what came to my mind. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Okay, so God renews your mind. Jesus renews your mind. In another part of Romans, it talks about having the mind of Christ. And I also want to read this in the Living Translation. My husband hates the Living Translation, but I want to, this is the Bible that I got years ago when I was talking to my dad. When I was talking to Jorge all the time, and this is the Bible that opened up my eyes, made me fall in love with Jesus. I was a Mormon at the time, and he started writing to me in the Bible, and I had to buy a Bible to let him know that he was absolutely wrong. And just because I knew what those born-again Christians taught, and because I had been one. And so, but I was a Mormon at the time, so that tells you something. So, anyways, I wanted to read it in this version too, not to get off. And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will accept. When you think of what he has done for you, is this too much to ask? Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person, and by changing the way you think, then you will know what God wants you to do, and you will know how God and pleasing and perfect his will really is. And both these versions say it pretty clear, but I really do prefer the King James on this, because it talks about the renewing of your mind and the transformation. And that's exactly what happened to me. I went from, I want chocolate and you better give it to me and don't get in my way because I will run you over and it's not going to be pretty, to I don't want chocolate. And I went from, being the one that went praying that something would happen so we didn't have to go to the gym, to telling Jorge, when are we going to the gym? We got to go to the gym. I already did my morning meltdown workout, but now we're going to the gym for you. And while you're there, I'm going to do whatever, I'll do the weights or whatever. Sometimes I work out with him. Sometimes I work out with, on the treadmill. Sometimes I just try different things. So that's kind of more my playtime. My serious workout is the one in the morning with Jericho, and she's a little bit scary now. I'm really getting scared by her workouts the more and more I do them. But anyways, Jorge was like, what has happened to you? Because he was like, where did you go? Because for 18 years of marriage, he's been dealing with me with this mindset of, I don't want to be denied. I don't want, it's not fair. My body doesn't work that way. I have a bad metabolism. I have this. This is why I'm fat. I want chocolate. And like I said, when I want chocolate, it's scary. Okay. It is a serious thing. So you better just get out of my way. So that is where I was, and then where in an instant, just as like we're going to be transformed during the um, in Revelations when I can't even think of the word, but okay, it's not that important. God knows what I'm trying to say. I will be transformed and you will be transformed just like that. And it was like that for me. And after that, my mind was just, and I still was looking for a workout program. And God brought me to it. How did he bring me to it? It's just the craziest way possible. I started following a girl who liked Disney. And she made Disney videos. And then I watched one of her how she decorates for Christmas videos, and because it was a Disney tree. And then I watched how she decorated for Halloween. And then finally I watched one of her my morning routines. And I wouldn't spend that much time watching anybody now because my mind is really being transformed. But she is a exercise and fitness and lifestyle coach, and I kind of started watching that. What is she? What is she doing? And that's how I found my workouts, is through her. And it was just an amazing transformation for me. And I got on, and I haven't looked back since. And I've been faithful in my workouts every morning. And I work for VIP Kid. Okay, so I work for VIP Kid. That means that I'm the time zone that's right after EST. So it's what, Central Time, whatever. I'm whatever time zone. I have classes from 4 o'clock in my morning till 9 o'clock in the morning, and that's my possible schedule. And I could have them earlier in the morning technically, but I don't. But sometimes I have them as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, and it means I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and really hustle my butt to be ready and do my workout and then be ready for my classes. And I do it. If I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, my husband will tell you, and was it yesterday? Yesterday I slept in, and I didn't get to do my workout till 8:30, after 8:30. So about 9 o'clock by the time, and it just makes a whole difference because I'm sitting in my chair. I wake up and I'm sitting in this chair for 3 hours, 4 hours, and I actually sit on an exercise ball to teach a lot of my classes because I think it gives me energy and it helps me, and I can move around and I can bounce up and down, and little kids are easily amused. And so so anyways, I do that, but I really don't get a lot of exercise. So when I found this morning meltdown, the thing that stuck me in was morning. I can do this in the morning before, because I don't do her 40. She does have one or two that have been 45 minutes, and I've skipped them and only done the 30 and less workouts. But sorry, Jericho. But then I've done some of the other ones later. Then I'll go back on a different day and do the 9 o'clock day. I can do the 45-minute one. So anyways, but what really attracted me was because when you get up in the morning, your metabolism is whatever it is. And so if I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and make time to work out before, then my metabolism is revved up. So those whole 3.5, 4 hours that I'm stuck sitting and cannot move, the only thing I can do is run for the bathroom in between because we have 5-minute breaks in between each class. So the only thing you can do is basically make a pee-pee run and a water run to get some more water, because your voice gets dry, or at least my voice gets dry. I don't know. Maybe the other teachers, their voices don't get dry. But what I want to show you now is, and I've posted this everywhere, and I'm driving people probably crazy. They're probably rolling their eyes, and I don't care. And I'm going to do another video about buying clothes as you lose weight, because your mindset is, I'm not that person. Where is that picture? There, it's not there. I just posted a picture and it's not there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, but I've got it somewhere else. I don't know why it's not on my Instagram. But this is me in the same exact bathing suit. Yes, I'm wearing the same freaking bathing suit when I was 270 pounds as I am here. And this was taken, like, this picture where I look pretty good was taken like 4 or 5 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago, we were in the hot tub. And so I think, because in my mind, I still see myself this. That's in my mind. So you need to remind, God showed me this by having Jorge take this picture of me. But, this is where I am. God took me from this to this, and He did it. He transformed my mind. He's given me the strength to get up every morning. Not me. Because this girl here, this girl would stay in bed. This girl would still be eating chocolate every time the thought crosses her mind. This girl would be groaning and moaning when my husband said, let's go to the gym or let's walk. This girl has the strength to get up every morning and exercise, even if she has to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then turn around and is happy to go to the gym with her husband, who is also now on the program. He found a weightlifting program with the same place, and so he's doing their weightlifting, and we have to go to the gym because we don't have big weights in our gym in the apartment. So this is the difference. And I know someday, when I look at myself, I'm not going to see this anymore. And I will see that. I know it's coming. I didn't mean to cry. I didn't know I was going to cry. I thought this was going to be so positive and happy and upbeat. But, and I don't want to cry. I think I'm on my period. I'm going to blame it being. When you're on your period, you're emotional. And and I even worked out because that is one of the times, and I did another little thing on, I think that did print on Instagram where I, or post or whatever. But I did one on Instagram, I think, about that. I was really proud of myself because it was like my first or second day of my period, and I was cramping like a mofo. And I was in pain and everything else, and I said, I'm not letting this derail me. And I went and I worked out, and I mean, I was so proud of myself because on my periods, especially, I really crave chocolate for one thing. And if you think I'm bad when I'm not on my period and I'm craving chocolate, you just wait till you see me on my period. And so it was that. And then also the cramps, because when I was young, I had such horrible cramps. And the doctor gave me Demerol. And I never became addicted to it. I mean, I took 1-2 pills depending on how many days I had a really, really bad one. But on those 2 days, I took a Demerol and went to sleep. And maybe I woke up 12 hours later and I took another Demerol and went to sleep. And that's how I survived bad periods for years and years and years. And so, the idea of exercising on my period was just, it's icky. It's you don't feel good. You feel like everybody is, something's going to happen. You're going to leak because you're moving all these different ways. And so that was really always one of my biggest derailers every month was that time of the year. And I didn't let it derail me. And I know it was because of God. I know that my mind has been renewed. My mind has been transformed and only God can do it for me. Now, there are plenty of people that don't know God, don't care about Jesus, don't, want to even hear when we're out of the Bible, and they still can get that click. And I call it a click. I call it the click. And I know that there are plenty of people, because you see their transformations. You see them on YouTube. You see them on Instagram. You see them, where they lost, 200-300 pound people. And some of them do have the bariatric surgery, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how to say that. But I know that a lot of people have that kind of surgery too, and that helps them. But I know there are people that have actually done it without any surgeries. I think it's a lot harder, but they get that click. And you can tell from their stories, when they tell their stories, whether it's on YouTube or wherever they tell it, they become fitness fanatics, and they exercise, and they share how horrible it is. And I mean, I could show you pictures of me or video of me, because I'm doing it because I want to show the befores and afters of me exercising with Jericho. And there are times I've looked back at the video and I'm like, the face I'm making is like, you just said I'm supposed to do what? That's the face. Is that I'm looking at the video. So, and there are plenty of times I'm like, where's the girl that's doing the modifications here? Modifications, and I'm sitting there waiting for them to show the modification girl. And so, yeah, it's not pretty when you weigh over 200 pounds and you start exercising. No, you do not look like Jericho or any of the other people that you have pictured in your mind. You do not look like the Victoria's Secret model as you do the exercises. And it's in your mind, even though you're 200 pounds, you're sitting there thinking, I bet I look really good. And then you get out of the side view, you get this glimpse of you in the mirror, or you get this glimpse of you if you're taping yourself or whatever it is, and you're like, oh no, this is not pretty. But it's, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty. I'm not exercising for it to be pretty. I'm not exercising to be on TV and have millions of people follow me as this exercise expert. Okay. I'm exercising for my health. So as long as I'm burning the fat, building some muscle, having a good time doing it, learning about nutrition, learning about exercising, I'm good with it, and yeah, because there have been a lot of times, especially at the gym, because the gym has mirrors everywhere, and I feel strong, and I'm just, doing whatever it is, and like, I get on the treadmill, and I'll start, like, they'll put on certain music, and I'll start kind of dancing and walking and stuff, and then I look over and I'm like, I'm not as cute as I think I am. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are, in that journey. It doesn't have to, you're not doing this for anybody else. You're not doing this for somebody else. And I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for the glory of God. Because I know that through my transformation, people are going to come to know who Jesus Christ is. And that's amazing to me. I'm doing this for me, for my health, because me and Jorge met when we were in our 30s. Well, we were in our late 20s when we met. But, and I think we were in our late 20s when we got married. But anyways, we were older. We were, I wasn't some 20-year-old that met my dream boy, and we've had all this wonderful time together. For those of you who don't know, Jorge spent the first 18 years of our marriage in prison. And we've only had 7 years together. And I tell God, I'm like, God, you promised, your promises in the Bible, and that we're going to have a good life together and a long life together. And, you promised us this, and we were in church and we heard your voice. You told us we're going to have twin girls. I talked to him like that. I'm like, not God, keep your word, because God is a God of his word. And, so I'm doing this so that me and him, we can be healthy. He is healthy. He's like got the perfect system, but, so that we can both be healthy and have long, healthy lives together. I don't want to be, 15, 20 years down the road, he's having to push me in a wheelchair, and help me get up and out of bed and stuff like that. I want to be jumping out of bed with him and going and doing things with our little girls that God's going to give us. And I want to, I want to be that mom jumps in the pool and tells my child to jump in, and I step back and just let him go under once before I get him, like my dad did to me. I want to be the mom that's doing headstands up against the wall with my kids, because that's what my dad did with me. I want to be that active, loving parent. My dad was in his 40s when he had me. So that's one of the reasons I don't fear having kids older, like some people would, or some people do, or some people think it's bad. But I had the most blessed, most wonderful, most fabulous childhood that anybody could ever have. And I had it with 40 parents that were 40 when they had me, or in their 40s when they had me. And so, I never knew my parents at 20 and 30. I saw pictures of them when they were younger and stuff. But to me, my memories, my pictures of my parents in my head are parents that are older. But you know what? My mother was better than most of those 20-year-old moms, and everything. And she did a lot more, and I had the best, happiest childhood. So, I don't fear that. And so that is what you need to do it for. You need to find the goals. And I want to invite anybody that wants to come along on this journey with me. If you do, write me. I'm on Facebook. Write me on Instagram. Write me anywhere. I can show you what I'm doing. I can share with you. I can share more Bible verses with you if you're interested in hearing the Word of God and what He's putting in my heart to keep me going every day. I can share. And I'm willing to, because I want to help people. I want other people to experience this, because it's like a weight is just lifted off me. I feel light now. I feel like every day I have energy. I get up and I bounce out of bed, ready to do my workouts, ready to take on the day, ready to carpe diem. Dead Poet Society. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that movie. So that's, I guess, all I want to say. Is just, that God will renew your mind. And if you don't believe in God, you can still, there are plenty of people that don't believe in God, but you got to get that click. You've got to get that click. You've got to find that reason in you that is so overpoweringly important to you that it is worth making the sacrifices. And I don't know what it is for you. I know what it was for me. But God bless you. I hope this helps somebody out there. Everybody have a great day. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I have a blessed life. Have a blessed day. Follow me, subscribe, like, please, I need likes. Anyways, bye-bye.